Have you ever been forced to grow up too soon because the adults in your life failed you? I was 11 when my mom Rita packed a small bag for me. It was a Thursday in September. 7th grade had just started. She told me we were visiting Grandma Hilda for the weekend while she sorted some things out with her boyfriend Mark. Mom dropped me off at Grandma's apartment with my school backpack and a plastic bag containing 3 outfits. She hugged me quickly, promised to pick me up Sunday evening, and left. Sunday came and went. Grandma called her repeatedly but got no answer. On Monday morning, Grandma took me to school and told me I'd stay with her a little longer. 2 weeks later, Mom called. She told Grandma she needed more time and would send money soon. The money never came. She called again at Thanksgiving, saying she'd moved to Florida with Mark and found a good job. She'd be back for Christmas to get me. Christmas passed with no sign of her. Grandma lived in a 1-bedroom apartment. She gave me her bed while she slept on the pull-out couch. She was 67 and worked part-time as a cashier at a discount store. Her arthritis made standing for long periods painful, but she never complained. The apartment was small but clean, in a building full of elderly people who all seemed to know I wasn't supposed to be there long-term. By New Year's, I understood Mom wasn't coming back anytime soon. Grandma enrolled me in the local middle school permanently. My mom called every few months with new excuses. Mark lost his job, they were moving again. She'd definitely come get me by summer. Each call ended the same way, with Mom saying she loved me more than anything. I turned 12, then 13. Mom's calls became less frequent. Grandma never said anything negative about her, just patted my hand and mentioned that my mother had her struggles. I learned to do laundry, cook basic meals, and shop for groceries when Grandma's knees were bad. I stopped telling friends my mom was coming soon. When I was 14, Grandma's hours were cut. Our food budget tightened. I started babysitting for neighbors on weekends and after school. I put half my earnings in Grandma's grocery jar without telling her. She found out eventually and cried, but accepted the help. By 15, I was working weekends at the same store as Grandma, plus babysitting. Mom called on my 15th birthday. She and Mark had broken up. She was in California now, waitressing. She promised to send money and visit soon. She didn't. That fall, Grandma had a mild stroke. I missed 2 weeks of school caring for her. At 16 and a half, I got my driver's license. Mrs. Turner sold me her old Toyota for $800 saved from my paychecks. It meant independence. I could drive Grandma to appointments and get to work faster. 3 weeks before graduation, Grandma had another stroke. This one was worse. She spent 2 weeks in the hospital. I visited daily after work, helping her eat and move when nurses were busy. The social worker asked about other family. I said there was only me. 2 months after my 18th birthday, I came home from an evening shift to find Mom sitting in Grandma's living room. She was visibly pregnant, thin everywhere except her belly. Grandma sat beside her, holding her hand. They both looked up when I walked in. I asked what she was doing here. "I've come home," she said, placing her hand on her stomach. "I'm having a baby. I'm going to do it right this time." Grandma watched us cautiously and explained that my mother needed help getting back on her feet. Mom explained she'd left Mark years ago. The baby's father was someone she'd met in Arizona. He wasn't in the picture anymore. She had nowhere to go, no money. She'd taken a bus back, expecting Grandma to take her in. "We can be a family again," Mom told me. "You, me, Grandma, and the baby. A fresh start." I looked at her, then at Grandma, asking where she would be staying. Grandma softly replied that we'd make room. That night, Mom took my bed. I slept on the floor of the living room. The next morning, I found Mom going through my dresser, borrowing clothes that would still fit her pregnant body. She commented that we were about the same size except for her belly. The third day, I came home to find Mom had invited friends over, people I'd never met who were drinking beer in Grandma's living room. Grandma was in her bedroom with the door closed. I asked them to leave. Mom got angry, telling me not to be so cold, that these people were my family too. I worked a double shift the following day. When I returned, Mom complained I was avoiding her. She said I acted like I didn't want her there. I told her plainly that I didn't. She told Grandma I was being cruel to her, crying about everything she'd been through and how her own daughter wouldn't give her a chance. Grandma took me aside later. "She's still your mother," she said quietly. "No," I said. "She's not." On day 5, I came home to find Mom had taken $80 from my dresser. She denied it, then admitted she borrowed it for prenatal vitamins. That night, I made a decision. The next morning, I asked Grandma to come with me. She refused, saying she couldn't abandon Mom now because she was her daughter. I packed my things that evening. Mom watched from the doorway, asking if I was really leaving. When I confirmed, she demanded to know what kind of daughter abandons her mother when she needs help. I looked at her then, really looked at her. "You taught me how." I moved in with Mrs. Turner temporarily. She had a spare room since her son left for college. 2 weeks later, Mom disappeared with Grandma's credit card and $200 cash. She didn't even leave a note.